You're gonna love this. I wish Craig was here. He mentioned to me, Joel, this week you have to cover the renewable plan that Chris Bowen's laid out. He's planning to have over 300 floating wind turbines anchored off Port Kebla. These wind turbines are so experimental, they've been placed right in the middle of a whale migration channel. And you couldn't make this crap up. Here's an image of what the actual design looks like with the blades and then the platform floating and how it's anchored with mooring lines and power cables. People, I don't know where the environmentalists are, and this shows you how full of crap they are. People are actually genuinely worried about, whales getting tangled up in this stuff. I mean, the Japanese don't have anything on this, but it looks like Chris Bowen's going for a massive kill count here. And this whale migration channel I didn't know about this. This is not a joke. Goes right up the coast, both with humpback whales, but also the southern right whales for their migrating and breeding grounds. And the other thing is on the west coast, where they've proposed the other set of wind turbines, they've actually they didn't realise that, I don't know how they didn't pick up on this. Andrew Hastie rightly pointed out that they're positioning this right near the submarine base for orcas. So so these submarines, I have to double check this, but if we're having that near submarines, nuclear submarines, imagine them getting tangled with these.
You've got to ask yourself a question, don't you? Is there any planning going into this, and to what extent is that planning affecting the wildlife substantially at a greater, higher level? And they're saying, it's about renewables and whatnot, and trying to save the climate, but what about everything else? Everything's a part of that eco structure, and it's not a substantive response to where we're going. I just think it's ridiculous, to be quite candid with you. The next one's going to be, these wind turbines floating around on Wi-Fi hubs, and that's how they're going to transfer. That's how they're going to transfer the energy. It's ridiculous. It really is. I think they're playing politics, which is trying to appease the public. There is no substantive response to this, and that's the way I'm taking this.
Well, where's the environmental study with all this, and who designed it? Was it Bowen that designed it himself? I mean, this is ridiculous. You've got all the way around, you've got all these wind turbines out killing birds. So we've got the eagles who are dying. We're losing a whole lot of wildlife. They're cutting down all these forests for these windmills, and then the koalas haven't got a habitat because you need quite a few windmills to generate energy. And then again, when the wind doesn't blow, you don't have energy. I don't even understand why you would want to destroy the environment and all the beautiful creatures in it.
Yeah, I think it's shocking, and the idea that the animal rights groups haven't really talked about this. What do you think about this, Chris?
Subsidies. I think putting the politics, which both sides are really going into, are there subsidies behind this? And inevitably with these projects, they seem to be uneconomic in and of themselves. Can they support themselves economically? Can they provide the kind of demand, the supply that the network wants? If these are profitable without subsidies, and they don't seem to affect the migration zones, because I'm sure there's a billion environmental impact studies, but inevitably those environmental impact studies tend to be politically slanted by the people within them. And that's one of the concerns. Especially you're showing me there that they're tethered.
Yeah.
From what I've looked into, at the North Sea power, North Sea wind, of what I've looked into there, that's sensitive.
So do you think Matt Keane's going to be subsidising these?
I have no doubt. I have no doubt this would be uneconomic.
Being facetious, but
they're using old straws to tether them, I'm hearing.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. Honestly, it's like they made this plan on the back of a napkin or something. Jonah has warned Chris Bowen. He's basically said, "Don't pick a fight with the whales. I learnt that the hard way." So he sends this photo in. This is obviously from AI, but I couldn't help myself, guys. But going off this, this is a crazy plan. I was listening to Andrew Clarnell on Sky News, and he made a really, really good point. If this is their solution, this actually makes what Peter Dutton has announced just recently quite palatable. And he's made the point that he's just revealed today, actually, breaking news, that there's 7 nuclear power sites he's now identified. He's made the point. He actually released this particular video announcing where they are going to actually be and what they might involve. And Peter Dutton's found his groove, announcing these 7 nuclear